welcome back to Project Hospital. You're with ODPBenj, and yeah, so last time we built a little X-ray department there, and our clinic is up and running, for the daytime at least, and they seem to be handling it sort of well. We keep training our staff up, as you can see here. And yeah, that pretty much summarizes it. So, let's carry on, I guess. So what I've planned out here is essentially a comprehensive radiology department. So we have got 3 more X-rays on top of the 2 that we've already got, because that's going to be high demand with what I'm planning to do. We've got 2 MRI rooms, 3 CT rooms, 2 coronary angiograph rooms, 2 sonography rooms, and then a cardiography unit. That will get used till quite a bit later on, but neither will the CAG rooms, so those are not my priority. Priorities with making sure X-ray stays, the workload stays manageable, and then making sure that we get at least 1 MRI and 1 CT and an ultrasound, just based on the fact that those are used in orthopaedics, which will be our first specialised department that we work towards. So once we've got orthopaedics, then we'll have those specialty patients. It may diagnose a bit harder, but we've got the X-ray and stuff, and we'll have that, so that'll help us quite a bit. I do also want to plan out labs, so I'm going to do that quickly now. So I'll be back shortly. So that's the medical labs very quickly planned out. So we've added in haematology, micro, and histology. We also popped a cleaning cupboard in there, and then a waiting room for people waiting for their lab results. Yeah. And then I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that space, but we'll figure that out as we go along. A lot of this is me just winging it as I'm placing stuff down, but we'll see how it goes. Apparently yesterday we've done quite well. 120% insurance payment. Not gonna complain about extra money. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. 41 patients today. They finished their training in acute medicine, that was good. And then obviously we're still doing the doctor mode objectives, so treating patients in intern mode at the moment. We've got to treat 20. chances are I'll skip through all this, but if I don't, well, here you are. Do a physical, same for an X-ray. No, never mind. Well, they're going for the X-ray anyways now. Well, it's not going to be a metastatic lung cancer. We don't have oncology, so iron deficiency anemia. And then if you've got anything else, it could be that, you know, contrast to that, you'd usually do a blood draw, but I've not built my labs yet. Send them home. I like to treat patients as we go along if possible, especially if they're going for something like an X-ray, because it makes them more comfortable and makes them happy. If we've got happy patients, then we get more coming in, and obviously happy patients are good. Speechless name, and then where's the evaluation there? Because I think it's either insomnia or... oh yeah, it's just going to be insomnia, isn't it? There it is. Describe them. Happy days. Get all these done. They're all done, send them home. So right now this is just a very basic little clinic. We've got just doing the job. It's making us money. Overall we can't complain. Is there enough money to build all this? Hell no. We've got loans, we've got them for a reason. Look at that, 5 stars across the board. So I'm gonna have to build a foundation over all this, that little corner there. this round. So I've got to decide what I'm doing in terms of walls. Down a lot of cash and I can start placing items. This is going to be fun. I've still got that 4 to do as well. At least again. Right, that's the corridors done. So, I've built the rooms for the, well, I'd say small, but it's not exactly a small expansion, is it? It's quite a big one. For everything that's going to be built over there. And then, once I manage to get some more funds, carry on building. 30 minutes busy. Then, so I've finished building medical labs. I've tried to put enough workstation sort of stuff in there, so like for this one I've tried to put enough hematology and I put 2 of each thing to make sure that that there's enough so people can get the lab results quickly and sort of speed up that turnaround, especially when it comes to outpatient. So people who are coming in just for a clinic or stuff like that, people that don't need to be hospitalised. So we can prioritise those beds for patients that are coming in via ambulance, for example, or just generally patients who need them rather than those who can just be dealt with on the day. And then I got a 50 grand grant for completing that, and then we got all the radiology bits to do, which isn't exactly top of the agenda, but you know, it's there, it exists. Yeah, so that's where we're up to. So now our objectives are to purchase 2 ambulances, which aren't cheap, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 35 grand each. And that just increases ambulance patients per day, but we can't really get many of them anyways. Our other objectives are again to continue correctly diagnosing patients, and then to open a clinic at a specialised department. So I would like to add some lifts, so that's going to go there, and that one's going to be just opposite. And the reason I like to have plenty of lifts is to reduce delays for treatment or transferring patients up to wards or that sort of thing. Yeah, so I like to have plenty, and I tend to keep them central like this, so it's dead bang in the middle and there's plenty of them to be used. So for example, patient gets dropped off by ambulance, so put it here for example, they can go get scanned, whatever, go back, get whatever treatment and stuff they need doing down in the emergency department, and then go straight to the ward or wherever they need to be. And sort of with that many lifts, it makes sure that patients can also use them as well as staff who are obviously transporting patients to treatments and stuff like that, like to the operating theatre or stuff like that. Just helps keeps things efficient. Tried adding in some decorations in here where I could, but we'll see, won't we? We'll see this plummet when it's not. But anyways. So I've also hired day staff into those as well to make sure they get staffed properly. And then having that department allows us to do more investigations on patients. So like I was saying earlier, we can now do a blood draw, for example, to confirm anemia if we needed to, that sort of stuff. And it becomes very useful when you go into things like internal medicine or general surgery, cardiology, that sort of thing, infectious diseases especially. But yeah. Anyways, I'll be back shortly once I've got some more for us. So guys, it does look like we've got enough funds for us to put an MRI in, so I'm going to go ahead and build the MRI room, put some decorations and stuff in, and you'll be able to see us how to do so. Do you know what, while I'm doing this I might as well add an ultrasound, so I'm going to go ahead and build that also, and once again you'll be able to see what I'm doing. It's not difficult to build an ultrasound room, it's just exam table, couple bits of equipment, it'll tell you where to put everything, so nice and simple. And that's our ultrasound room, and then we might as well, whilst we're at it, put a CT in. I'm going to start with the small room just because then we can copy and paste it into the others. Actually, it's easier if we just do it in a big room. That's a problem for later on. But yeah. specialised clinics and that sort of thing, and wards and operating theatres, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to start planning out where the corridors are, so that I know where stuff should be, to sort of keep in a relatively similar theme. But yeah, enjoy watching. So this is going to be our orthopaedic clinic, and I'm going to try and keep it small for now, so I will have reception, waiting area, probably 2 doctors' offices, but we'll see. And yeah, enjoy watching. So now I'm going to start decorating. So we're going to start here with the reception, we'll do the waiting room, the offices and so forth, and we'll go from there. We'll hire some staff in after that, and yeah, happy days. Hello everyone. So, as I'm sure you've seen in the little edit, we've been building our first specialised clinic, and it is orthopaedics. So we can now contract this company, Liver TY, and we've also unlocked hospitalisation for the emergency department, which means we can build a trauma centre, we can build observation room and everything like that. Yeah, so pretty fun stuff. So I'm going to contract them because more patients, more money. And then I've hired one, I'll hire a second. And because this is clinic specifically, I am definitely getting the advanced diagnosis skill so that we can do differentials and make stuff a bit easier, really, doesn't it? It can also save time, save sending them for imaging and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, fun. So yeah, I just need to finish building this little cleaning closet. Should I cut that down there? We'll pop these walls in, and then that there. I do have an idea for the space, but we've got to wait until we get hospitalisation unlocked. Go ahead and pop those three down. And then those. And I forgot to put a door on as always. Restricted area. And then we can go ahead and hire some janitors for the orthopaedics. So yeah, that's our first specialised clinic open. Obviously it's only during the daytime, just like our main clinic. And yeah, so it should be very good. Orthopaedics does quite well with very little risk, so that's always a good thing, instead of jumping straight into something like traumatology, and yeah, that's a handful to say the least. Here they are, waiting for the patients. Will they get any? Who knows? Plenty of lifts to bring them up. And I'm still carrying on with this document and trying to get it done. Quicker it's done, the better. So I've got to that big clinic, I'll tell you that much. Hospitalisation, treating one patient. It's always good. Yes, we do advanced diagnosis. Whenever we get around to training you up. You're good, you can go. You're good as well, you can go. You're good. I'll just do that now for them. Oops. Send it now, just do that. Make it quicker. Hopefully. Yeah. As you can see, we keep getting money for treating patients at hospitalised clinic, but we're not going to be getting that anymore because our next one is to open hospitalisation in orthopaedics. So, we won't be doing that today, I can tell you that. I'm just trying to get oh god, pardon me, I'm just trying to get this this doctor's rating up to 95, and then I'll be happy. There it is. Oh Jesus, this is going to be an interesting one. Worth a try. We'll try getting the differential. Just doing evaluation. Yeah, still got shit so far. Anyways, so today we built our medical labs, which is almost near useless at the moment. We added to our radiology department and built this very big extension, with some of the rooms just not used yet, but they will be. And then we've started on our orthopaedics department. So we've got our little office, doctor's office, little waiting room, and a little cleaning closet. And yeah, we also added in the lifts. So great success. I definitely need to add more janitors in that. But yeah, overall I think we've done very well today. We've got a lot of stuff done, but yeah, thank you for joining me, and catch you next time. Goodbye.